Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 beautiful people. I can see there's still some people arriving. Please let me know if you can hear me clearly as well. I would love to know that you guys can hear me. Just give me a yes in the chat if I'm coming through clear and strong for you guys. As you know, I always like to have an interactive time with everybody. For those of you that are new, yes, hi, hi, hi. Yes, beautiful, wonderful. Hello, beautiful souls. So good to have you here. Oh, so great to be here. So lovely to see you, Jessica, Mareka, Kyra, Elaine, Jacqueline. Oh, wonderful. HK, Sagrin. Welcome, 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 Kyra. Hello, everybody. Lori, I see you. Jody, I see you. Jessica, I see you. Penny, Kim, I see you all. Guys, if I don't get to everyone's names, I'm really sorry. Who's that? That is Nanda. Hello, Nanda. Hello, Razia. Hello, Mareka. Hello, Nikki. I hope I'm getting everybody, but if I don't, hopefully I'll get you guys throughout this evening. So I'm so grateful to have you guys here. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. As you know, how many of you have been to one of my talks before, just so that I can get a gauge of who is new in this group and who has listened to me speak about my journey before? Please just give me a yes if you have, or a not yet if you haven't. Okay, all right, so there's quite a few yeses coming through. All right, fantastic. I'm new, there's some new ones. Hi. Okay, so to everybody who has been with me before, thank you for coming again. And for everybody that is new, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to have you here. Kyra is saying that she's going to start a Susanna fan club. Well, thank you. I'd love to start a fan club too for all of you guys, because as you know, it is the men and women throughout history that have made the most profound difference. They're the ones that have shown up, and you guys consistently show up. And that's why I love giving of my time to enrich you in as many ways as I possibly can. Now, I am going to be recapping my story. I am going to be giving you some tools and techniques. We are going to be chatting about a few things that are going to empower you now. I have also gotten some messages, so I might want to share some of those with you guys. So we might go a little bit over the hour that I had intended. As you guys know, I always like to add a little bit more value than I had anticipated, because sometimes I get messages, and that has happened today. So I am going to share a little bit of that with you guys as well. But again, I just love that you guys are investing in yourselves. And you know, I love a little hell yeah. And I love to raise the energy so that we can really just, as we raise the energy individually, we raise the energy on our planet. And so what I want you guys to do is give yourselves a little hell yeah for showing up tonight. And you can even give yourselves like a little shake of the hand, because I can see them there, and you can type them in the comments. But I do see Jody, Kyra, Jacqueline, who is that over there? Wait, Lori. Yes, Lori, I see you as well. You've got your camera on. Jessica, I see you as well. We've got some people without their cameras on as well, which is perfectly fine. But if you don't want to put your cameras on, just type hell yeah. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah, Daphne. Welcome, Daph. Hell yeah, Elaine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to try and move through things as much as possible, but I do want to let you guys know that if you stay until the end, I am giving a very brilliant opportunity, which is 5 one-on-one sessions with me, which I would love to do with some of you. So there is going to be that opportunity to win 5 one-on-one sessions with me. So do stay to the end so that I can go through that with you guys. Now, the question is always, guys, isn't the question always who wants more freedom, love, success, ease, health, wealth, happiness and deep connection in their lives? Isn't that always the question? Like, we go to all of these presentations and they say, but do you really want financial freedom? Do you really want to live life on your own terms? Like, for me, it's about living life unapologetically, authentically as myself. And it's something that I'm really wanting to step into more and more and more. And that I've definitely gotten a lot further than I've ever been before, but I'm not as far as I'd like to be either, because I'm on this journey with you guys. How many of you can relate to that? Are you with me on that? You want a life of freedom, to be unapologetically, authentically yourself, that is deliciously intimate relationships in it, that has beautiful financial freedom, which allows you to live on your own terms. Because for me, financial freedom means I get to decide what the house is that I live in. I get to decide when I want to travel. I get to decide what medical care I have for myself and for my loved ones. I get to decide those things. So for me, money is a tool that I can use then to have the lifestyle that I actually want. How many of you get that? Because I know that there's a lot of people that have difficult relationships with money. How many of you have a difficult relationship with money? Just say me. And for those of you who, Jessica, I do live in abundance and gratitude. The rest will follow me. Okay, me. Okay, yes. Okay. So the thing is, guys, that most people do. So it's about us shifting our mindset and reframing our beliefs around these things. You guys know about this. This is not a new concept to you, but it is a journey. It's not an instant switch, although sometimes it can be an instant switch. It is a journey. And that's why I want to deepen your connection to yourself. I want to take you on a journey for 8 weeks. My course is going to be 8 weeks, just so that you guys know, because I've realized that it's not overnight. It's not something that you can just do in one day, in one session, in one sitting. It takes time, it takes energy, and it takes the right support structures. And so I am going to be speaking to you about that 8-week process in a little bit. But everybody has agreed that they want that. They want freedom, they want self-love, they want abundance, they want to feel healthy. How many of you are battling with your health or feeling fatigued? I know that a lot of us are going through an energetic upgrade at the moment. So I've been having and a lot of my spiritual coaches have also been going through this as well. And a lot of spiritual teachers that I know is that you almost, and it's not COVID because I've had COVID, but there's almost viral symptoms. And there's this fatigue and a bit of brain fog and just not feeling in yourself and not feeling vibrant. There we go. Lots of dreams, guys. So many dreams coming through. How many of you feeling so many dreams? Vivid dreams. Yes, fatigued. Yes, fatigued and wide awake at 2 a.m. till 4:30. This is what's happening. Feeling unhealthy and tired. Yeah, I have health challenges. I do have some chronic conditions. Okay, so guys, this is something that, first of all, the strange symptoms that you're feeling, we are all going through a physical upgrade at the moment. So this is one of the things that I was told I need to tell you guys about, because I'm feeling them every single day as well. And I go through periods of the day where I feel okay, and then I go through periods of crashing and not feeling okay. I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same, but that's how I'm experiencing it. But generally, there's more of the state of tiredness and fatigue and just needing to rest a whole lot more than I normally would need to rest. I even went to the doctor to go and get checked out to make sure that there's nothing going on that I should know about. And we are going through a physical upgrade. So the cells in our bodies are changing at the moment. We've moved from the 4th to the 5th dimension, and there is this process of shift that is still going on. You all know we live in a world of energy and vibration, and we are made up of energy and vibration. So of course we are going to be affected by this. The other thing that we're really being affected by, guys, is this fatigue of overwhelm. you know, whether you realize it or not, we are all empaths to varying degrees. All of us are empaths to varying degrees. I know I speak about being an empath, and I'm particularly sensitive, so I can really feel like what people are feeling in my body and in my heart and in my mind. But we all have the ability to be empaths, and whether we are conscious of it, sensitive to it, or not very sensitive to it, it goes into our subconscious mind, and that definitely impacts us. And so a lot of the fatigue that we're feeling and the overwhelm that we're feeling is not actually our own. It's the collective overwhelm and the collective fatigue. Does that make sense to you guys? Give me a yes if that makes sense to you guys, because I want you to know that you're not alone and that we are all going through this together. Yes, yes, yes. I always feel everyone's feelings. Yes, yes, for sure. Yes, 1000%. Okay. I'm telling you guys this for a reason, because I want you to know you're not alone. You are in the company of like-minded, beautiful beings of light. We are all here to come together to assist each other, to support each other in finding the way forward, in going through these challenges. And the best way to do it is by having the tools, techniques that we can actually implement, and the support systems. And part of the support system is being in a collective community that understands what you are going through. Right? Hell yeah to that. Can I have a little hell yeah? That's amazing. Yes, good to know others do too. Yes, hell yeah. Okay, amazing. So I don't know if you guys know, but depression rates have tripled during the pandemic. They've tripled, guys. 1 million people died from suicide last year. It's astounding. That's one person every 40 seconds. And they estimate that for every person that actually managed to commit suicide, another 20 people tried. I'm telling you this because people are feeling desperate. They are feeling alone. And I want you to know that you're not alone. And simply by being here, and that's only what's reported, exactly, Kyra. That's only what's being reported. The biggest cause of death amongst youth at the moment is suicide. The biggest cause of death. Now, something that I know helps people who are in that frame of mind is knowing that they can reach out for support and help. How many of you know that you can reach out for support and help? Yes, Jessica, that's great. I do. Daphne, amazing. Wonderful. Now, if you know that, that's already one step in the right direction. But so many people find it hard to accept support and help. Are you one of those people who find it difficult to accept support and help? Because a lot of people, it's something that I've had to practice because I was never good at accepting support and help. So I've had to really practice going, yes, please, I need some support and help. Is anybody with me on that? Is anybody like a recovering, I'm going to do everything myself person like I am? Jacqueline is saying, I find it difficult. Jessica, yep. Jacqueline, yes, that's me. Definitely. Daphne, and Daphne, you come leaps and bounds. Daphne, guys, is one of my students, and I need to actually share something that Daphne, I'm going to share this because you shared it with me in one of our sessions, and you said I was allowed to share it with people, and so I am actually going to share it with you guys because I'm so proud of her, of how far she has come. She just is absolutely amazing, and we've been working together for 6.5 months. And can you guys see that over there? That's my lovely Daphne. And she, oh, sorry. And she has said, I used to be happy for other people, for their success, for their loving relationships, for their happiness. Now I am happy for myself. I look in the mirror and I say, hell yeah, girl, I love you. I am so glad I get to be you and live your life. I feel truly blessed. I have gone from 0 to 80 of the person I want to be in just 6 months of working with Susanna, and I'm forever grateful. Now, I'm sharing that with you guys because I feel not only so proud that I have been able to support this incredible woman on her journey, but also of the work that she's done. Because the reality is, guys, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. You guys have heard that statement, right? You can get all the information that you need from somebody, but unless you implement that information in your life, nothing will change. I want to know how many of you can acknowledge that and own that, can say that you can take responsibility for your life, that you know that the only way things are going to change is if you take responsibility for your life and you implement things. And I also want to make it clear that it's not that Daphne doesn't battle anymore. It's not that I don't battle anymore, that we don't see challenges, because we do. We all do. The challenges are not going to stop, guys. It's how we move through the challenges that is going to shift and change. It's how we move through the discomfort that is going to shift and change. And that is the important thing for me. Because if we can move through things with less suffering and more support and more ease and more grace, that is the thing. I was going to say this at the end of the talk, but it's just coming up so strongly for me now. You know, there were moments, you guys, how many of you know that I tried to commit suicide? Just give me a yes in the comments below. If you do or no. Okay, so yes, there's a couple of yeses coming through. Yes, yes, no. Okay, so no. Okay, so I tried to commit suicide. I was there, guys. I've been down in that dark, dark, dark place where I thought there was no way out. I've been at the bottom. It felt like I was at, and I still get emotional about it, but because I can feel so many people are feeling the same way. I felt like I was at the bottom of a well, and that there were just these solid walls around me, and there was just no way out. That I had tried everything, and there was just no way out. And I will tell you more about that story in detail, but I'd gotten very sick, and I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but for some reason I'm being guided to tell you this part of the story. I'd gotten very sick. I had gone from being a real celebrity, you know, in all that fakeness, actually, because celebrities are actually just real people with their own problems, with their own challenges, but we put them up on pedestals and we think that their lives are perfect, and they're not perfect. But I even bought into that vision. I even thought that I was Little Miss. Oh, excuse me, guys, do I have permission to just like be myself? And, you know, sometimes I swear, sometimes like things come out of my mouth and I'm like a little sailor. So please just bear with me. I will stay and just be as authentic as possible with you. But I just want to be honest with you that I'm a little bit of crazy, as you guys have gathered by now. You know that. Yes, please. Okay. All right. So I was known as Little Miss fucking Sunshine. That's what I was known as, right? Before I got sick. And I would do the red carpet thing. I used to produce feature films, and I used to act as well. And I had radio shows, and I would do that whole schleb thing. Do you know what I mean? Get dressed up on the red carpet, and everything was cool. And I was always smiling. And the only person who picked up that I was depressed was my sister. I couldn't even see it. I had put on so many masks that I couldn't even see that I was in a bad place. And she kept saying to me, Susanna, you're not okay. And I was going, what are you talking about? I'm Little Miss fucking Sunshine. I'm amazing. I'm fantastic. And I'd get cross with her. Why would I get cross with her, guys? I'd get cross with her because when she said that, it was like a little pinprick, like trying to pop the bubble, this beautiful little bubble presentation that I'd created. And she wasn't allowed to pop this little bubble that I'd created. We all put masks on every single day. We put masks on for our families. We put masks on for our kids. We put masks on for our friends. We put masks on for our colleagues at work. We go, I'm fine. I'm coping with absolutely everything. I got this all under control. How many of you can relate to that? Putting these masks on. And how many of you are actually aware that you're not being completely honest with yourself in these situations? Absolutely, yes, yes, yes. So true. Chameleon. Well, I can tell you something, that since I went on this journey, I have done everything I can to pull those masks off as much as possible. You will see that sometimes I go live and I go, oh, I'm having such a crap day today. And I'm just honest about it. Because we all have crap days. We all have moments of feeling like, oh, this sucks and this is heavy. And we also have moments of feeling, shit, I get to live this life. Do you know what I'm saying? But the point is to be authentically really you in every moment and not pretending to be something to make somebody else uncomfortable, to make somebody else feel less than, to worry about the fact that they're not going to accept you or love you, to worry about the fact that they may reject you because it's gross, being sad, unlovable, feeling desperate, feeling needy, all of those things. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Does this make sense to you guys? Totally get you. Be honest. I am more honest and aware now, and I find that other people do not tolerate it. So this is something else that has really been coming up for me, guys. I don't know if you've been feeling it, but it's almost like people in your life that have been in your life for a long time are suddenly being stripped away. There's like relationships falling away at the moment, like things that are just falling away. And even though you know that that relationship didn't serve you and you didn't do anything to actively make it go away, it's just like suddenly like falling away. And you're like, what is going on here? Yep, true. Your soul is evolving, and it's evolving at such a rapid rate that the things, the people, the situations that no longer serve you are going to fall away. And that's sometimes painful. Like, I know that that's painful. Like, there's certain friends that have fallen away and I've gone, hey, but I didn't really want that to fall away. And then I think about that and I go, but was that person actually good for me? Was that actually a good, nourishing relationship for me? You've laced every crack with gold. We need to. Guys, the most ghastly presents come, the most beautiful presents of light come in the most ghastly wrappings sometimes. So I'm going to go back to my story. I was little Miss Fucking Sunshine. I was so happy all the time, and yet I wasn't. And I was on a film set, and I started, and the guy that I was on a film set with, the producer, he started rubbing me in all the wrong ways. It was like poking all the time. He would make me feel inadequate. He would literally orchestrate situations to make me feel inadequate. He would make me so angry that my blood boiled, like that my blood physically, I got fevers from being so angry with this guy. He would try and discredit me all the time because he was pissed off because he was in his 60s and there was this young 30-something-year-old girl who was the producer on the film. And that pissed him off because why was I that and he wasn't? And so we had a clash of energies. And I'd never done this before. But on this production, I was just like, I can't do this. It was a film that was being filmed. It was Dubai, it was LA, Australia, and South Africa. There were 2 hours a day that everybody was asleep. As a producer, I was awake for 22 hours a day. That is not sustainable. It's not healthy. You can do it only for a certain amount of time, but sleep is one of the essential things that you need in order to heal, truly. They say that sleep deprivation is one of the, they used to use it in Chinese torture, guys. It's one of the worst things that you can do to yourself is sleep deprivation. And there I was going through all of these struggles during the day, being blamed for things that I had nothing to do with, being discredited, and I felt like a complete victim. I felt like a complete victim, and I thought, I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to be in this situation. I'm not going to do this. And so I actually stepped away. I had never done this before, but I waited until everybody was okay. I waited until my crew knew exactly what they needed to do, because if a film producer is good, by the time you actually arrive on set ready to shoot, your crew is amazing. You trust them enough to actually create the film, you know? And then there's a post-production producer that takes over as well. So that was all in place. And so as soon as I stayed on for, I think it was 2 weeks of shooting to make sure it was flowing, everything was fine. And I walked away from the production. My wrist started hurting. I actually thought I had carpal tunnel syndrome, and the pain started spreading all over my body. And for those of you who have heard this, I'm just telling it again for the people who haven't, so just bear with me. But the pain started spreading everywhere, and I didn't know what was going on, and I had brain fog and fatigue, and this was happening, guys. It was really late 2012, 2013. And I started going to doctors and going, what's going on with me? I don't understand what's wrong. I'm in so much pain. I'm really battling. And I went to doctor after doctor after doctor after doctor. And I was misdiagnosed. And eventually my GP, after taking, I don't know how many blood samples out of me, he got some blood results back. And I saw him open them up in front of me, and the blood drained from his face. And I said, what does it say? And he said, no, I can't tell you what it says. I need you to go to a specialist because I'm not 100% sure. So I said, listen, you've got my results in front of you. I am your patient. I deserve to know what's on my own blood results. So we had a little bit of an argument, and then he told me that it was either rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, or lupus. Now, I'd heard of fibromyalgia before. I'd heard of rheumatoid arthritis before, and I had actually recently heard of somebody dying from lupus. So I was like, please don't let it be lupus, anything besides that. Let's just be positive. Went to a specialist. He said to me, no, you've got fibromyalgia. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is manage the pain. So he took this little homeopathic baby over here, and he put me on schedule 5 and 7 painkillers. Now I was already battling with brain fog. And now I'm on schedule freaking 5 and 7 painkillers. I didn't even know what was going on with me anymore. I couldn't function without the painkillers, and I couldn't function on the painkillers. And the more I couldn't function, the more I started like reeling out of control into this place of becoming my worst nightmare. Because I placed my value on what I could do. I placed my value on what I could do, and I became a failure because I couldn't do much. And the things that I could do, I was doing freaking terribly. I was failing dismally. And I'm a recovering perfectionist. Just so that you all know, I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I'm telling you that because how many of you are recovering perfectionists? I was. Geez, I was hard on myself. And so me being a failure was literally the freaking worst thing that could have happened to me. How many of you can relate to that? Okay, I can see Jacqueline is saying me. Anybody else, can you relate to going, I am a recovering perfectionist. It is my worst nightmare to not be able to function, to really do. Yep, me too. Yep, me. Me too. Still a major issue. Yep, I have my share. Okay, so that's where I was. But there I was in this mist, and I'm trying to take these painkillers and I'm trying to carry on. And I don't want to ask anyone for help because I don't want to be a burden on anybody. I want to do it all myself. I mean, I remember driving myself to the hospital and having to stop along the way because I was in so much pain, and having to sleep along the way, like stop, sleep along the way, getting to the hospital, passing out in the waiting room, and nobody even checking on me, just passed out on the chairs in the waiting room because I was too proud to actually ask for help. Do you know how cross my family and friends were when they heard that I had done that? They were furious with me. How cross would you be with your family, with somebody that you loved, if they did something like that? If they didn't reach out to you? Elaine, the perfectionism is killing me right now. I so understand. I'm so sorry. Hang in there. We're going to support you through this. Penny, yes, me too. We place so much attention on what we do instead of what we are. And what we are is more than enough. And we don't know that. But I had to learn that. Sip of water. So the one day my parents came to visit, and I thought they had gone out. And as they left, I was in so much pain. I literally, and this is why I can relate to all of you that are saying these things here, I literally fell on the ground and I just started sobbing, like sobbing from that deep place in your soul when you're just in so much pain. And I was sobbing so hard that I didn't hear them coming back in. And I'll never, ever forget the expression on my mom and my dad's face when they saw me in this puddle on the floor. They were so helpless, and it was the worst feeling because I couldn't do anything about that. I couldn't change that. And because I was so out of my mind on all of these painkillers and everything, I was like, well, I'm not going to be a burden on them for the rest of my life. So I'm going to do the kind thing for my family and for my friends, and I'm going to kill myself. You know, so many people, and I want to say this because I want you guys to know that so many people think that suicide is a coward's way out. I want to tell you something. It takes so much guts. And it literally is somebody's last resort. If somebody tries to commit suicide, it's because they don't feel there is another way out. It's not a coward's way out. It's hard to actually do these things. I researched what are the best ways for me to kill myself. I then found the easiest way to try and kill myself was by overdosing on tablets. And one of the medications that I was taking had a big warning in the papers because I was reading it, and it said, warning, do not take this medication if you are suffering from any kind of depression, will cause suicidal tendencies and acute depression. And I was so out of my mind, I couldn't recognize that that's what was exacerbating the situation that I was in at the time. All I saw was the next line that said, warning, if overdose will cause your heart to slow down and stop. That's how out of my mind I was. I'm going to fast forward because we don't have a lot of time. But I did overdose. And through a series of events, I survived. And when I was in hospital, They wanted to lock me away. They said I wasn't safe. It wasn't safe for me to be alone. I need a 24-hour watch, and they didn't know if I'd be safe to be out in public and to other people. So they wanted me to be put into an institution. And my mom, in all her incredible wisdom, oh my God, guys, thank God for my mom. She said, no, something else is going on with my daughter. She said, I'm not sending her there. And she sent me to a secondary facility where I was watched for 4 months to make sure that I was okay. But it was the first time that I got to go inside and look at myself. You know, this past year and this pandemic, it's like all of us were told by the universe, you kids are not paying attention. You need to wake up, go inside and look at yourselves. What is important? Who do you really want to be in this world? How many of you can relate to that? How many of you over the last year have had to really look at what is important in your life? Are you being the person that you want to be in this life? Or have you been living a life on other people's terms? Who are your true friends? I see so many, yes, I have, yes, absolutely. Hell yeah, guys. I had that happen to me 2012, 2013, and again last year. And I'm sorry, my nose is running. It's really gross. So I'm just going to do this because I have no tissues near me. Please excuse my grossness. But that happened to me. And I was sent inside. And so funny, I never actually realized until now, 4 months. Our hard lockdown in South Africa was 4 months. Our hard lockdown. I don't know where in the world you guys are tuning in from. Please let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. But in South Africa, our hard lockdown was 4 months. I was in hard lockdown for 4 months. 4 months of me looking at myself, tuning into myself, reading books, meditating, really connecting with my core. And it was during this time that I started having these memories I hadn't wanted to have, memories I'd never been ready to have of me being abused when I was little. I started facing the immense abuse that had happened in my life. Losing my virginity to an ex-boyfriend because he forced himself on me. Having my best guy friend force himself on me just after my divorce, when he was supposed to be looking after me. And being sexually abused from the age of 2.5 till about 10. And all of this came up. And I had locked it all away because I hadn't been ready to deal with it. Now, I want to tell you guys, I'm telling you this because when you are ready to heal, these hard things surface. And it's like, come on, are you kidding me? I don't want to go through this. I don't want these shadows to reveal themselves. I don't want these wounds to come up for healing. They're too hard. I don't want to deal with this. In my course, I help you reframe that because these are the invitations from the universe. The universe wants you to heal. The universe wants you to release the stuff that is making you ill. Disease, dis-ease of the mind, dis-ease of the body, dis-ease of the soul, dis-ease of our emotions. That's what disease is. It manifests in so many different ways. When this came up, I spoke to my amazing counselor. Oh my God, he's incredible, Gus. And he said to me, Susanna, as within, so without. We were doing shadow work, which I do with you on my course as well. We were doing shadow work, and he said, as within, so without. He said, where have you been abusive? And I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? And he said, where have you been abusive? I was like, Gus, excuse me. I step over ants, for crying out loud. I've never consciously hurt another living thing in my whole life. How can you ask me, where have I been abusive? I was so pissed off with him. But he very gently, in Gus's wisdom, said, Susanna, just think about it. Where have you been abusive? And I walked away, and oh my God, I was mad. I was so angry. And I walked away, and I was stamping my little Portuguese feet all the way to my room and thinking about it. And I was like, okay, where have you been abusive? Where have you been abusive? Put on your big girl panties. Where have you been abusive? Come on, universe, show me where I've been abusive. And it just like came whacking into my chest like this pile of bricks. And I was like, I've been abusing myself my whole life. I've never been good enough. I've never been smart enough. I've never been pretty enough. I've never been funny enough. I've never been successful enough. I've never been enough. How many of you can relate to that? Just beating yourselves up. I mean, would you speak to your best friend, to the person you love the most, like you speak to yourself? No. I relate, relating. Yep, I do. Brutal. And guys, in that moment, myself and my body split. And I don't know how else to describe it to you, but I felt it happen. And myself looked back, my body looked at myself and just said, Hugh, I'm not letting you do this anymore. 3 months later, I was in a wheelchair. 3 months later. At that point, after being there for 4 months, well, it was actually 3 months in, I had started functioning again. I was still in pain, but not like I was before. I was actually moving. The brain fog had cleared. And within 3 months, October, November, December, 2 months, I literally went from being this person who was functioning again. I've even got a picture of me climbing Lion's Head. I was at the top of Lion's Head, to being in a wheelchair, not being able to walk, not being able to swallow. I was in ICU. They were trying everything. I looked like a pincushion with the amount of tests that they were doing on me. They took kidney biopsy. They took from my spinal fluid. I was this pincushion of tests because they were trying to figure out what was wrong with me. Before I collapsed, and this is important, and that's why I have to share it with you. Before I collapsed, it was 2 days before I stopped walking. I fell on my knees and I surrendered. I fell on my knees and I cried. And I just said, God, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, universe, angels, whoever is out there, please help me. I know I've screwed up so badly. I get it. But I'm not ready to die. I've got so much I still want to do. Please let me stay. I promise if you let me stay, I will make the most of it. I will make my life count for others, for something bigger than myself. But if it's my time to die, I will go. And I surrendered. And from that moment, I stopped suffering. I was in excruciating pain. I would pass out from the pain. And sometimes I would pray to pass out because I was in so much pain. But I didn't suffer anymore because I'd surrendered. And I knew that whatever was meant to happen would happen. And guys, I get emotional about it because I now allow myself to feel everything that I need to feel. Before I didn't. Before I used to shove my emotions away, distract myself, do anything but feel my emotions. Now I feel everything in the minute, in the moment, and it's a gift. because it moves through me and it's not trapped in me, and it's no longer causing illness. It's no longer causing disease. It's being released. I watched a video today of a daughter shaving her mother's head. Her hair thinned from cancer, which is what happened to me from the chemo. And at the end, she just starts shaving her own head as well. And I cried, because I was like, how beautiful to show that kind of support for somebody that you love. As a last resort, when I was in hospital, they gave me chemotherapy. It was emergency chemotherapy. I was being kept alive by cortisone and steroids, and I had the most all the heavy painkillers, opioids that you could think of. I was on to just keep me alive, to keep me going. And before I had it, I did do a healing, which I'll tell you guys about as well in my course. But I'd already started my healing journey, and I went from being this little homeopathic baby to doing whatever it took to stay alive. So when they said to me, you need to, our last resort is chemo, I was like, okay, let's do it. And they were like, no, we have to give you 48 hours to think about it, because it can make you sterile. It can kill you. We don't even know if you will survive the first chemo. It can do this. It can, and they took me through all of the things. And I said, no, I already know I want to live, so do it. Do it. I did survive. The first chemo took 9 hours. I was having brain seizures, near organ failure everywhere. My lungs were filling with liquid. My heart was the only thing that was left untouched. So they were so scared that that first chemo was going to kill me, because usually it takes an hour, that it took 9 hours to do that first chemo. But I survived. I survived that chemo, and I survived the next one. And they told me that it would take, if I survived, it would take between 18 and 24 months to get me in remission. And I was in remission in 5. Why am I telling you this, guys? Because if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not special. I am just like you. In fact, I bet you, if I had to have a conversation with each and every one of you individually, you would tell me your amazing stories of what you've overcome, of what you are battling with right now. I know that. How many of you have related to something that I have said today? Say yes in the comments now if you've related to something that I've said today. Yes, yes, most of it. Yes, yes, yes. Now I want you to say, if I can do it, if Susanna can do it, I can do it. Say, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I want you all to say, I can do it, because I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Hell yeah. Once more, hell yeah. A little bit of dancing in your seats, guys. A little bit of dancing. Because yes, we do deal with serious things, but we also are beings of light. And even in the darkest circumstances, we can find the light. We can carry the light. I want you to know that. By now, you can see that I've gone through these things. So I can tell you from a place of certainty. If you do nothing, nothing will change. If you take action, things will change. I'm not telling you you have to do the course with me. I am telling you you have to do something. Do you understand what I'm saying? My course is an 8-week course. It will take you through my entire journey, and I will tell you step by step what I went through, so that you can implement what makes sense to you into your life. Now, I know I've got a lot of past students online as well. Hello and welcome, my beautiful past students. And the reason why is because we do this work again and again and again, and it deepens and deepens and deepens. I am redoing the course with you guys this time around, whoever decides to join me, because I went through another dark night of the soul at the end of last year. I went through major shadow purging. I'm still going through some, but I'm a lot more back into my empowerment, back into my center. And you know what? I thought I had failed in some way. I honestly, at the end of last year, I felt like I had failed in some way, because I was like, Susanna, you have done all this stuff and you're teaching this stuff. Why? Why are you going through such a challenging, difficult time? And I had to call onto my guides and my angels and my spiritual coaches. And I had to say, what is going on? And they all, thank goodness for my support structures, reassured me that I was not alone, that they were all going through it as well. We have all been going through this together, guys. There are certain things that I've been moving through with a bit more ease and a bit more grace than other people, but that's because I know the work to do, and I go and dive in and I do the work. That's it. That's it. Challenges are going to come. And this whole thing of you have to be happy all the time, it's bullshit. I just want you all to know it's bullshit. You don't have to be happy all the time. Please don't put that pressure on yourself. But I want you to feel empowered enough to know that you can come to center at any time that you need to, and allow yourself to truly feel what you need to feel so that you can move through the challenges you're going through and find happiness just there round the corner, and know that you are not stuck, that you are moving, and that you've got this. You've got this. You, all of you listening right now, Penny, Kyra, Lori, Daphne, Jody, Jacqueline, Jessica, Elaine. If I don't get all of your names, I really am sorry. Razia, Nadia, Mareka, Sagrin, all of you, Heidi, Just Lan, Felicia, Faye, Nikki. All of you, if I don't say your names, I'm so sorry, because I can't scroll through everyone. But you've got this. You can do it. Why? Because if I can, you can. Yes? Yes? Give me a yes, guys. Give me a yes, because I want to know that you're with me. Now, I want to share with you, because I've jumped so around. You guys know that I am the founder and CEO of Thrive Network, right? How many of you know that? Do you guys know that I'm the founder and the CEO of Thrive Network? So Thrive Network is an amazing platform. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, I'm just loving all these. Yep, yep, yep. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay, wonderful. So I am the founder of Thrive Network, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because these amazing people, I've been so privileged to share the worldwide stage and to work with and interview and speak to and learn from for the past 20 years. Yes, I started young. For the past 20 years, I have had the privilege of working with the best of the best in the industry. And I feel so incredibly blessed to be working, to have had the opportunity of working with the best of the best in the industry. And I mean, John Kehoe, Robin, Robin, he's my bestie, guys. I love Robin so much. I don't know if you guys know Robin, but he is fan-freaking-tastic. John DeMartini, I swear he's an alien, guys. He is not from this planet. No human can write that many books, okay, or read that many books. He is incredible. He's one of the most learned human beings I've ever encountered. Adam Roa, what a pure, beautiful, genuine heart and spirit. Just absolutely gorgeous. Lisa Nichols, Emil, Joel Brown, Randy Zuckerberg. She was such a sweetheart, guys. She really, really was. I wasn't expecting that from her at all. She was great. Shani Quinn, Leisha Jarrett, who's one of my spiritual coaches, profound woman. So many others. Saj, Paul O'Mahony. I mean, Paul O'Mahony is just, if you guys are wanting to create second streams of income, please speak to me, because Lauren Dallas and Paul O'Mahony are two of my favorite people who can really help you create those second streams of income. Brandon Bays, guys, the amazing Brandon Bays, who ended up being on my show, I don't know how many times. She is amazing. And if you look on my social media, like now, I'm living the life that I want to live. I travel. Guys, I am loved. I'm loved by a man. I did not allow myself to be loved for 9 years. I got divorced and I was beating myself up so much and thought that I didn't deserve it, that I would have these short little relationships. And then I lied to myself. I lied to myself. And I wonder how many of you have done the same. And I told myself that it was far easier to be single than it was to be in a relationship. So it was just better. I was just going to be alone. It was much easier. I mean, I could decide what I wanted to do. I could wake up late. I could do whatever I wanted to do. What a disempowering belief. What a disempowering belief. It's far easier to have somebody on your side. It's far easier to have support. We're going to talk about these things because you need a tribe. Guys, how many of you realize that you need a tribe? How many of you realize that you not only need a tribe, you deserve a tribe? I want you to have a tribe of like-minded, beautiful people, of people that love you, that you can reach out to. So I was showing you this. Yes, yes, yes. I need a tribe. I get it. Need a tribe that supports you. Yes, absolutely. I've been in pain about not finding my. So one of the things in the course that I do, guys, is I pair you up with accountability partners. So you will find that you have your tribe within the group as well, because that's so cool, because you guys all connect and everything. But you will also have an accountability partner that is going through things with you, because I mean, sometimes I ask you to dig deep. In fact, I often do. Same for sissies, guys. It will change your life, but it's not for sissies. By now you realize I'm not a sissy. I like to dive in deep. I like to get in there and make real changes. But that requires big girl panties. Big, big, big girl panties with like daisies and polka dots. That's what it requires. And being a child, like going, you know, babies, when they learn to walk, right? They're crawling, they hold on things, they fall on their butts, boom, on their lovely little nappy cushion bum. And they don't just go, oh, I fell. I tried to walk, I fell. Not going to do that again. That was embarrassing. Somebody laughed at me. They don't do that. They get up and try again, and try again, and try again, and try again. And their mom inevitably is there cheering them on. I'd love to cheer you on. I'd love to be there with you, cheering you on through all of it. But it's your choice. You got to make the commitment. So I don't know. I had to show you this because I met John Travolta. Guys, do you know John Travolta? I think he's such a cutie pie. Can you see over there? There's me with John. John! He's so sweet. He's so lovely. Anyway, John Travolta. I have traveled. I've like all of those things. Maps Mapanyane, for those of you that know. I have a community center in Guguletu that I support. I have an orphanage in Johannesburg that I support. So I've got all these things and I've got these amazing friends. Yes, there's me during the airplane. And that was this year, by the way. Yes, I always maintain my childish enthusiasm for life, guys. It's one of the secrets for staying young. And it's one of the secrets for staying happy. That's my old life. You can see that's long ago. This is the first time I met Robin. But you can see that's where I come from. But now I'm me. Do you guys know Kintsukuroi? Do you know Kintsugi, the art Kintsukuroi, Kintsugi? It's a Japanese art form. And I've called my course Kintsukuroi Me for a reason, because when Japanese people, when a vase or a bowl is broken, they take that object and they gild it back together with gold. And they believe that that object was so much more precious, so much more valuable than it ever was before it was broken. Now, us in the West, guys, We're crazy. We think that when something is broken, we throw it away and it's not valuable. The reality is that every single thing that happens to you, every single thing, if you take that experience and you use your love, your self-love, your compassion and your courage, and you gild yourself back together, you are 1,000 gazillion times more precious and valuable than you were before all of those things happened, because they make you who you are today. They show you the courage that you can dig in and pull out. They show you how strong you are. You are more beautiful, more valuable, more bold, more capable than you think. You watching this right now, whether you're watching this live with me or recording, because I know some people couldn't make the session, so they'll be watching a recording of it, you are getting this information at the exact right time as well for your soul's highest progression. It's the invitation. And I realized that when I was sick, because before I was like with blinkers on. No, I'm just going to do what I think is right. No, I'm not going to look any sides. I'm a homeopathic baby. I only do this. I only do that. And I still prefer going the natural route. But I've realized there's a place for medicine. I would not be here without the chemo. I might still be sick if it wasn't for all the other spiritual healing that I did, if it wasn't for the emotional healing that I did, if it wasn't for the healthy eating, using food as medicine that I did. All of those other things on all levels and layers of my being contributed to my healing journey. But medicine, chemotherapy had a place. And I know it scares a lot of people, and I had to change my relationship with it. How many of you watched my conversation with Robin Banks? Just say me in the chat there. I just want to know, because I do speak about that journey several times. Okay, yeah, because that's the truth. I went from there, guys. That was me in ICU. That was me. Nobody thought I was going to make it. And this is me now saying, hell yeah, and I'm living my purpose. And that's why I want the same for you, because I believe that I was kept alive so that I could teach you the tools, tricks, techniques, give you the insights and the knowledge that I've gathered. And it was actually Robin who made me share my story. He was the one who was like, you're a teacher, you're a speaker. You need to share your knowledge, because I helped him co-create Sustaining the Magic. I've produced for him. I've worked with so many of these amazing teachers, and I've taken from their knowledge and I've used it. I was using mind power before I'd done Robin's course, because I was kind of guided to do it. And then when I did his course, it even deepened my practice, because we are always learning. We're the eternal students, guys. If you're not the eternal student, you're doing yourself a disservice. Be the eternal student. Be eternally curious, constantly investing in yourself, but be generous enough to pass that knowledge on as well, because others deserve that as well. I have no idea where I am in my presentation, because I've just been following what I know you've needed to hear. So I think, though, that we are at the end of the presentation, and I'm going to now just go over what the course entails, because I want you guys to feel 100% supported on your journey, and I want you guys to know what is going to be included in the 8-week journey. Something I'm going to quickly play for you.
Hi, my name is Shireen.
Hi, my name is Daphne Machicho.
Hi, I'm Bailey Pretorius.
And I'm one of the very fortunate people to have been a part of Susanna Kennedy's Kintsukuroi Me journey.
I was grateful to attend the Women's Summit, and that's where I heard Susanna's story.
And I was absolutely blown away by her vulnerability and by her light.
Straight away, when she put on her course, I was like, I need to be there.
Susanna takes you through a process and she shares her story with you, and it's so inspiring to see what she went through. With anything that you step into in life, the most important part is the inner work that you do.
I am on a journey of growth, self-love and happiness, and I need to focus on that.
It was such a beautiful experience of women coming together in a safe space and really being vulnerable, open to share, to learn, to love and to grow.
Susanna has not only been an amazing life coach but a mentor as well. Her courses are beyond amazing. I would recommend any course that Susanna has.
She has a heart to serve, and that is so apparent. She's taught me one thing that I've taken with me every single day, and that is thank you more please. When we can just be in that space of gratitude and learning to ask for more of what is truly setting your soul on fire, has truly changed the way that I do life.
I highly recommend this journey because I have now been given tools to take the experiences that I have been through and use them in a positive way to create a much more positive environment for myself.
Yeah, guys, please, I actually ask you to do the course.
If you're having a moment of should I, shouldn't I, I'm telling you, do it for yourself because you will not regret it.
It's really changed my life, and she's just such a blessing and such a gem in this world that needs her right now.
Thank you, Susanna, for giving me this life-changing experience.
I am truly grateful once again. Thank you so much.
So I'm always so humbled when I watch that, because when you watch your students, going through this, it's so humbling. Now, I want you also to know that the two biggest human wounds, the one is the feeling of separation, the feeling that we are separate from and that we are alone on this journey. And now we've spoken about this a number of times throughout this presentation, because you guys have agreed that you need a tribe, that you need to feel supported, that you need to feel seen and supported and a part of. And that is the one human need. And one of the things that I'm going to go through with you is dealing with that. How do we heal that wound of feeling that separation? The second one is feeling not enough. And this leads to so much. I mean, it leads to imposter syndrome. It leads to self-sabotage. It leads to so many different things. And guys, just so that you know, I am so not perfect. I'm still so on this journey with you guys. I love myself more than I've ever loved myself in my life, but I've still got a way to go. I still have moments of imposter syndrome creeping in. The difference is now when imposter syndrome creeps in, I go, hey, no, that's not true. Don't be silly. And I can laugh at it. Whereas before, I'd be like, oh my God, yeah, that's true. Oh, I don't deserve this. I'm not good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the difference. So these are two big things that we deal with in the course, is those two deepest wounds. We also go into shadow work and so many other things. And in fact, I want to show you the breakdown so that you guys actually understand.
Right? Abundance is our birthright, 100%. Right. Now, let's continue on with these beautiful slides. Abundance is our birthright. And the next slide is actually by lovely Robin Banks. Robin is one of the reasons I have ended up doing what I am doing now. I actually started working with Robin and I co-created his course, Sustaining the Magic. I was his producer and co-creator, and many other offerings, affirmation CDs and all kinds of things. And he is one of the people. I mean, he started throwing me on stage and saying, Susanna, you're a teacher, you're a speaker, you need to be doing this. And I will be forever grateful to Robin. How many of you guys know Robin Banks? Lovely Robin Banks. And he was actually, I did share the stage with him at Real Success recently as well. I also want to just share Debbie Stain and Prashantha. They said, wow, I've learned so much from you. No words, just love, light, strength, and gratitude. Thank you for being a part of my journey and my inspiration. Thank you is never enough. Love and blessings. Thank you, Susanna, for this amazing gift of love. I feel your energy is so beautiful, filled with warmth and generosity. You have really given us so much to work with. I am just in awe of you. Together, we increase the vibration on this planet, Earth, and unlock our soul's mission, love and light. I'm sharing this with you because for me, it is so important that you understand this is the type of work that I do, and this is what I want for you. I want you to experience that. Jen, how many of you know lovely Saj? Now, I met Saj when he had lost everything. He had literally lost all of his millions. He was in debt. He was completely broke. And he bugged me and bugged me and bugged me. And this was before I was coaching people one-on-one like I am now. I was doing it in a very different format back then, but he bugged me and bugged me, and eventually I agreed to have a cup of coffee with him, which turned into a coaching session. And he did everything that I said that he should do, and it just shifted him, and it was amazing. And I'm saying this to you guys because he says Susanna is a spiritual sculptor, an architect of the soul, and a mirror to the mind. Susanna helped me find my inner voice and nurture my fiery potential. Working with Susanna was one of the most reflective periods of my life and resulted in steep changes like no other. I am truly grateful for my time working with Susanna. And he is now the CEO, guys, the CEO, the big boss of Real Success. That is our lovely Saj. I am so proud of him. Saji, if you're watching this, I am so, so, so proud of him. And I am showing this to you because of the journey that can happen for you, right? If you invest in yourself. Now, I always say to my students, I can take a horse to water, but it depends how thirsty you are and how prepared you are to drink. Saj was very prepared to drink, and he was thirsty, and he guzzled it down. And those are my favorite students because I have got so much water to share with you guys, and I want to quench your thirst. So I can see that there's people saying they want to know about the course and my magic formula. So I'm going to run through that very quickly, and then we are going to end. I know we're going a little bit over, and I'm sorry, but I hope you guys are all okay with this. When we experience dis-ease, the only way to truly change things is to heal on all levels: mind, body, heart, and spirit. This is the only way we can go from feeling fractured to feeling fabulous. Embracing authentic resilience, cultivating the tools to embrace authentic resilience and learn to move through challenges with more ease and grace and less suffering. So what is the magic formula? The magic formula is healing mind, body, heart, and spirit. How do we do that? We take spiritual medicine, which is a process that I do, which channels divine, unconditional love through our bodies and into the universe. And in that process, we are healing ourselves, raising our vibrational frequency, and raising the vibrational frequency of the entire planet. It's very beautiful. Taking ancient wisdoms into account. You know, there are so many beautiful teachers out there, and their teachings overlap constantly because they are ancient truths, they are ancient wisdoms. But I'm going to say something in a certain way, and you're going to be able to receive it in a way that just resonates with you and makes sense with you, right? And somebody else will say something in a certain way, and it will resonate with you. So it's about those ancient wisdoms and connecting with the right teachers. Traditional coaching methodologies. So yes, I take some traditional coaching methodologies that I've got, but I also take somatic movements, tools, and techniques. And above all of this, guys, I also channel. So I'm connected to divine source energy, and I will channel and give you information that you need. If you watch any of my courses, you will see that I'm channeling throughout my courses, and I am grabbing onto ancient wisdom, and I'm taking traditional coaching methodologies, and I'm taking all kinds of tools and techniques, and I'm using spiritual medicine. And so just by being present, your vibrational frequency will shift and your life will change. I guarantee that. How much it will change is up to you. How much water are you willing to drink? This is so important, right? Everything is energy and vibration. So until we start working with energy, we will be fighting against it. Where in your life can you surrender and trust? These are things that you will learn in the process. Our conscious co-creation begins in the mind, right? So energy, spirit, co-creation in the mind. We are not the creators of our reality, much to a lot of people's like shock and horror. We are the co-creators of our reality. And there's a big difference. And it's an important distinction that if you understand and you use correctly, will transform your entire life. And until we start mastering our thoughts and planting the seeds we actually want, we will continue to grow weeds. But we need to understand what co-creation is versus the creator. All dis-ease is a result of our interpretation of experiences. Everything that happens evokes a feeling accompanied by a thought, which we make up a story about. This story becomes our belief and then our reality. We can become our own conduit of miracles, and I want that for you. Our bodies are the most phenomenal creations we will ever touch. Our body contains divine wisdom and can both destroy and heal itself. And if you start working with energy and vibration, with your heart consciousness, with your mind consciousness, and with your body, you will transform the way you move through this amazing thing called life. And I truly believe the reason why I was kept alive, well, one of them anyway, was to create this course, Kintsukuroi Me. It takes you on a journey. It's a 7-week journey. And so I'd like to tell you a little bit about it. It's a 7-week journey, transformational journey of conscious empowerment and mastery. I want you to go through an awakening that allows you to experience true limitless possibilities within your life, your true self, and opening the doors to the love, success, happiness that you've been searching for. Because at the end of the day, how many courses have you done in all of these different things? But if you don't know how to receive the things you want, you're never going to receive them, right? So week 1 is quite a simple one, but profound one. And it sets up the container for everything to start and shift. And it's the agreement that you make with the group and with me, the agreement with yourself. Dolly Parton said, get to know yourself and do it on purpose. I love Dolly. No matter what you say about Dolly, she was a fierce, beautiful woman, and she knew herself well, right? And she lives on her own terms. Get to know yourself and do it on purpose. Commitment to change, stepping into that commitment to change. Guided visualization. That is week 1. Week 2 is forgiveness and release, creating the space that you need. The power of forgiveness explained, the process of forgiveness explained, and the healing of the wound visualization process. So in that one, you get 2 video modules and a healing visualization, spiritual medicine process for you to use to release what no longer serves you so that you can step into a space of receiving. Week 3, creating the vision. First, we release, get rid of the old beat up Beetle in our garage and create space for the Ferrari or the Porsche or whatever it is that you want to park in your garage. So this week, we look at the secrets to creating an inspired and fulfilled life. That's in week 3. Week 4 is the dark night of the soul. And we go through how everything that has happened to you has happened for a reason and contains a gift that has been preparing you for where you are right now. We look at what your splinter is, what your breaking point is, lighting, finding the light at the end of the tunnel, and the beauty of this too shall pass, and how you can use this as such an effective and powerful tool in your life. Week 5, within the space, breaking the codependency trap. Oh my gosh, this is a big one. Discovering the root of the problem, moving through the pain, how we can do that with the least amount of suffering. discovering a new level of compassion for others and yourself, and the birth of a self-love journey. Week 6, death and the decision. How do we surrender? What is true surrender? Realizing the impossible is possible. Finally, being diagnosed correctly and diagnosing yourself correctly. The power of universal healing. And then making the decision and the importance of making the decision and how that decision can transform your life. Week 7 is a rebirth, releasing the victim, embracing a new me. Eat, sleep, exercise, meditate, speak differently, live differently. When the challenge appears, how are you going to move through it differently? The true healer begins to be revealed in this week. And fulfilling your own promise to show up for yourself. I also include in the course access to all of the recordings for 12 months. This course needs to be completed in 3 months. The reason why I do this is because I know courseaholics. I have been one, where we buy a course and then we don't finish it. You have to finish this course in 3 months. You have to. I will hold your hand. You don't have to do it perfectly in 3 months, but you must finish it in 3 months. And the reason why is because I want to hold you accountable on your journey. And if you do, you will have it for 12 months and you will have access to me and the community and everything else. A full comprehensive workbook that takes you through different exercises and tools. It's beautiful. My Wheel of Life printable PDF, which is pretty and is such a great working tool. The drama triangle, access to the private Facebook group and the WhatsApp group. And this is community. Guys, I've got friends that did my course for the first time in 2020 that are still best friends now, that became accountability buddies, that still Zoom each other all the time and are still besties now. You create your tribe within this space. You make lifelong connections. How many of you would love to have a connection to like-minded people, a community of like-minded people who will support you and be your cheerleaders? Because that's what it takes to be a part of this group, is like, I'm here, I'm showing up for you, I'm holding you, I'm loving you. You can be as gross as you want, as you think you are. And you can be as brilliant as you are, and there will be no judgment. I'm here, I'm holding you in light and in love. Me, definitely. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. There's also a comprehensive reading list and the audio bundle for forgiveness and release process. Now, this course normally costs 5,555 Rand, according to other teachers all over the world. If you look at what I'm giving you, that's how much the course would cost. But I am going to give it to you at $555. And yes, that is a hell of a reduction, but it is completely worth it. And I know this to be true because I've seen the transformation in my clients, in my students. I've seen them transform. There's an old saying that says, we get cracked to let the light in. I believe that each and every one of you are the light that you wish to see in this world, and that you've been cracked to let your light out. And you can do that by loving yourself, by giving yourself the compassion, the care that you need, and by being courageous enough to truly know thyself and work with yourself. So, I need to ask you a question. What if your greatest fear is not that you are inadequate, but what if your greatest fear is that you are indeed powerful beyond measure? I believe you are. I believe each and every one of you are. And your unique cracks that have happened to you are the paths to the greatest gift that you can bring to this world. So that is the presentation. I'm opening up.
Guys, I want you guys to just give yourselves, because you've stayed for the entire presentation, which I'm so proud of you. You guys are amazing. I want you to give yourselves that hell yeah! Go, hell yeah! Even if you wake up the neighbors, give a big hell yeah to yourselves. Yay! And I see these beautiful hands shaking around. Wonderful. And if I leave you with nothing, yay, there's hell yeahs coming out at me. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Great session, yay, hell yeah. Guys, if I leave you with nothing tonight, it's that if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. It's the most important thing for you guys to know, is that if I can do it, you can do it. One of the things that I want you guys to know is that a miracle is just a change in perception, a change in understanding. One of the pinnacle points of my healing was when I searched for proof that it was possible, that I could heal myself beyond what doctors told me was possible. I needed to find that out in the world. And so I looked for it. And I found not exactly the same, but something that was similar enough to my situation that I could go, okay, if that is possible, then this is possible. Then the mission I have for myself, the vision I have for myself, if that is possible, then this is possible. And so it is. And I did everything in my power. I said yes to everything. I said hell yes to every opportunity that came my way. And to this day, I cannot tell you that one thing healed me. It was a combination of yeses, of showing up every day for myself, of investing in myself, of doing the meditations, of eating right, of doing the healings, of showing up for lessons, of expanding in my situation. Again, guys, I'm not telling you that you have to do this with me, but I am telling you have to do something to change your situation. I want you to do it with me. I'm not going to lie. I want you to. I would love you all to come on this journey with me. But if you do nothing, realize that if I can, you can. But it takes you investing. Money is energy. If I give these things away, you're not committed in the same way. It's an energy exchange. I realized that because I actually gave a few away of my courses. And do you know that those people that I gave my course to didn't show up? Isn't that sad? It's so sad, right? Because we don't value what we don't pay for in the same way as we value what we pay for, because that's an energy. We've worked hard to create that energy, that money. And when we hand it over, that's an energy exchange. You deserve to invest in yourself in that way. I invite you to do it. If not with me, with someone else, but do something. Invest in yourself. Create that energy exchange. And the thing is that if I don't charge, I'm also out of alignment, because I will give you and ask. Who's on here from my past students? Ask. I will give you my all. I will give you my whole heart. I will be there as much as I possibly can in every way that I can. I will do everything I can to hold your hand through this process. But you got to show up. That's the invitation, kids. I hope you're feeling good. Do a little jiggy dance in your chairs if you are, and have a beautiful rest of your night. And I hope to see you all. And I'm going to put, yes, okay, Daphne's online. Shame, she is just such a star. And she said, so true. Okay, paid, Kyra is paid, gold, yay, see you there, yay, paid, good, yay, okay, yay, okay. I'm so excited. This is so great. Guys, I can't wait to see you. I am so excited. Please, if you've got any questions or you need anything, you can email me at any time. I'm going to send you right now, when I finish now, I'm going to jump into my little editing suite and I'm going to quickly download this, and then I'm going to send you the recording of it so that you can watch the replay. So I hope that you will join me. And for those of you who dived in and made the decision, yay, I can't wait to connect with you. I'm so excited. And I send you so much love and many blessings, and have a lovely rest of your night. Sweet dreams. The time is now. Can't wait. Okay, bye guys. Bye bye.